Hello everyone, welcome to Introspection. Today I am back with another video from our second category, Easy Anatomy. In this video I am going to talk about
ఇమ్యూనిటీని పెంచుతుందని వెల్లడించి
ఒక ఇమ్యూనిటీ కోర్సును అందుబాటులో
ఎవరికైతే ఇమ్యూనిటీ డిస్టర్బ్ ఉంటుందో
ఇమ్యూనిటీ పవర్ ని పెంపొందించు
ఇమ్యూనిటీ రావాలి అంటే
ఇప్పుడు తిన్నా ఎగ్స్ తిన్నా ఇమ్యూనిటీ పెరుగుతుంది.
actually means immunity is a
तो इम्यूनिटी को
building up immunity is not going to happen.
अपनी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने के लिए
yes, I am going to talk about immunity. But what is immunity actually? Immunity is the resistance towards a particular disease by destroying or stopping the growth of the pathogens in the body. This activity is performed by the immune system of our body. Let's understand the details of how all of this works. Now, we all know that it takes a lot of effort to stay healthy, but what we don't know is that even ruining our health takes a lot of effort. Because our body's immune system has not one or two, but it has 3 levels of immune responses. They are very accurate and well designed. First of all, what is an immune response? Immune response is the ability of our body to recognize and fight against viruses, bacteria, worms, toxins, and other foreign organisms. These immune responses are of several types like prevention, attacking, or developing the body's immunity, etc. Among the 3 levels of immune responses, the first and second are non-specific immune responses, and third one is the specific response called adaptive immunity. First line of defense. The main purpose of the first line of defense is to immediately prevent the entry and spread of foreign pathogens throughout the body. For example, take skin. It is a waterproof barrier between the pathogens and the body. Microorganisms that live all over your skin can't get through your skin unless it is broken. Our second example can be tears, mucus, and saliva. They contain an enzyme that breaks down the cell wall of the bacteria. These fluids prevent pathogens from entering our body through our nose, mouth, and eyes, which are pretty obvious points of entry as they are exposed to air. Second line of defense. As said earlier, it is also a non-specific line of defense, as it cannot spot the difference between the two specific pathogens, which is why it responds in the same manner to every one of them. Our lymphatic system plays a major role in the second line of defense. The lymphatic system is the system that transports the fluid which contains infection-fighting white blood cells to different parts of the body. The responses in the second line of defense include inflammation, phagocytosis, fever, and clotting. Let's know about them one by one. Inflammatory responses. They increase capillary permeability. When capillary permeability occurs, the blood vessels expand, allowing more blood cells to flow, and parallelly the spaces occur in the walls of the blood vessels. This helps in transporting blood cells to the area of infection or attack. Phagocytosis. It is performed by phagocytic leucocytes. These are the white blood cells that have the special ability to absorb microbes and dead particles. By doing so, they get rid of the foreign particles or clean away the already dead particles. Fever. It increases body temperatures which result in the production of heat shock proteins. These heat shock proteins are produced when cells get exposed to high temperatures than normal. This process helps in suppressing microbial growth. Clotting. Clotting is the result of platelets. Damaged cells and platelets release a chemical called clotting factor that makes them sticky. This sticky material helps platelets to attach to the damaged area, such as seal or cap. This is what we call the clotting. Clotting prevents blood loss and stops the entry of more pathogens. Third line of defense. The last line against foreign organisms is called the adaptive immune response. Adaptive immunity is also referred to as acquired immunity or specific immunity. Here, generally 2 processes takes place. They are humoral response, cell-mediated response. In humoral response, B cells produce antibodies by recognizing the antigens that exist on the cell membrane. These antigens are the proteins that vary from one type of pathogen with the other and also help in distinguishing the body's own cells from foreign particles. The other functionality of B cells is also to communicate with T cells. This is what leads to cell-mediated response. After B cells communicate with T cells, these T cells destroy the pathogens and the body's own cells which are taken over by pathogens. The reason we call it acquired immunity or specific immunity is that it's not something we've had since we were born. It has been developed in the later stages. The development process begins when a person's immune system encounters foreign invaders and recognizes a non-self antigen. Then the components of acquired immunity learn the best way to attack each antigen and start developing memory for that antigen. Our immune system uses this memory whenever the previously encountered pathogen enters the body. This is when the antibodies are generated. Antibodies are the proteins that are produced by B cells as a response to the exposure of the non-self antigens. These are the three lines of defense of our body. When combined, these can be considered as our immunity. If our immunity is good, these systems function well. And if our immunity is bad, then they don't. As a matter of fact, our immune system is far more complex than it is described here. Our attempt is to give you a basic idea of how it works. Conclusion. It's really astonishing to understand how precise our immune responses are. After studying our immune system, I understood that we are naturally provided with very good protection mechanisms, and it's not that easy to ruin our health unless we start to mess up with our systems on a voluntary basis, which is clearly evident over the past 6 months. So my friends, stop messing around with the immune system of your body by eating excessive junk food, disrupting sleep cycles, and in many other creative ways, and treat it as valuable as your mobile phones at least. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. Give us your feedback in the comments as it helps us to improve. Share the video with your friends as it helps them to improve. We'll meet you in our next video. Until then, cheers.